Hey, Thatch here, and welcome to the PokePodcast. We've got a great episode for you today. Today we talk about Pokemon 30, what we expect. We fill out a bingo card, which you guys can find in the show notes and fill out for yourself. Additionally, you can listen to the beginning of the show. We're going to talk to you about a lot of the things we plan on doing this Friday on Pokemon Day, so definitely take a listen to that first intro segment. I know some people like to skip it, but today I think it's worthwhile. And then additionally, we even have a second topic today. In lieu of a mailbag, and we talk about Fire Red and Leaf Green and that release and what that it means for the Pokemon franchise or the Pokemon company as a whole. So man, it's a crazy episode. So I hope you guys like it. I'm gonna be honestly, I really liked recording it. So if you can go ahead and drop a like, subscribe, do whatever, interact with the show however you do, even if that's just listening to it, and puckle up. It's a really good time.
Now, coming to you live from atop the Lavender Town Radio Tower, it's the one, the only, Puckle Podcast.
It's Puckle! Puckle! It's Puckle! Puckle! Pokemon Underground Champions League, oh yeah! Puckle! Puckle.
And welcome to another episode of the Puckle Podcast. I am your host, Trainer Thatch, and I'm joined today by these wonderful co-hosts today. We've got Lord Jushiro.
Some say good morning, everyone.
And we've got the mango lover himself, R Sigma.
Some say hiya papaya.
Yeah, I was waiting for the papaya. But yeah, welcome to the Puckle Podcast. Puckle, of course, stands for the Pokemon Underground Champions League, a nonsensical name we came up with in 2007, where we talk everything Pokemon, from the trading card game to the video game to everything in between. And man, we're in the exciting times. We're like this is like the week before the storm. And we've got so many goodies. There's so many cool things to talk about. And so I actually am going to hijack this segment from you guys. I apologize. I know you guys have to talk about your Pokemon Pocket obsessions and a few other things, but I wanted to take the beginning of the show to kind of do self promo as a good businessman would. I'm not saying that we are. This is a drastic change of pace. Is a drastic change of pace for the Puckle Podcast. So what I would like to do today is let you guys know that since Pokemon Day is this Friday, and this show comes out on Monday, so we've got 4 days to prepare. I want everybody to know, and if you've been following our social media channels, you probably have already seen some of these things, and especially if you've been on Discord, you've probably seen this by now. But we are going to be doing a whole Pokemon Day extravaganza event type deal. And I'm going to give the same spiel I gave to our staff last week when I was making sure we're going through the final plans and exactly what I wanted to accomplish. But last year we did Pokemon Day. It was right when we started the video version of the podcast too, and I got back into streaming and we're having a lot of fun. And I was just so energized by that day. That day was just a good day for me. Yeah. I enjoyed it. I had a good time. And part of what I did that day, I didn't stream the whole day. I streamed the presents, live reactions. I posted some videos, stuff like that. But one of the things that I did was I decided I'm going to go out in the town and see what Pokemon Day events are out there. What can I do to keep celebrating what is essentially a national holiday for our fandom, and just really have a good time with it. And I went out and I was very surprised that I could find absolutely nothing. It was a Thursday.
You mean there wasn't a Shady Penguin and Jay Witt stream?
I know. No, that was that. Okay. Actually, that would have been suitable. I would have been happy watching that for the rest of the day. But I was like, man, there just wasn't anything going on. And so when I thought that, I was just like, man, we have Puckle. Puckle can do things. And one of those things Puckle can do is be an awesome community and do awesome community things. And so we're kind of also doing this as a soft pilot kind of for some other things we want to try to do in the Puckle Discord in the near future. But what we're doing is we're going to have almost a full day of streaming with a bunch of different things going on. That's going to be a blast. We're also gonna have a bunch of little tournaments going on in the Discord server as well, that you can sign up for. I'm going to explain that here in a second, but what's happening is we're going to start off the day. We're going to probably start streaming around 7:30. I'll probably in the morning. There'll probably be a video playing, honestly, but also myself just kind of bouncing around, talking to people before it happens, and we're going to get hyped, and then we'll do a live reaction to the Pokemon Presents at 9 a.m. And then afterwards, once that's done, we're going to do a live recording of the podcast, which should also be really, really fun. So you can come in and, watch the podcast be made, watch the sausage be made. And then you can go ahead and we're going to run, you can do a number of things. One, I think in the Discord, we figured out a way to play a bunch of like just Pokemon anime episodes that are just going to be running for the entire afternoon, probably from noon to midnight. So like you can just jump in there and watch Pokemon anime with some people, have a watch party. You can also jump into a few of our tournaments. We're going to be doing a VGC best of one in the afternoon. This is kind of targeted at the European audience a little bit more. This is every tournament I'm going to tell you about, guys, is going to be on Limitless TCG. There will be links in the show notes to these tournaments, as well as like the password that you can jump in with, which is just Green Tauros. We decided if you sign up for those tournaments, it does require a password because we want to make sure these are only open to Puckle people. So there's going to be a Regulation F best of one VGC tournament that will take place around 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and Eastern. All times Thatch says we're Eastern. And we will go ahead and run those tournaments. The winners of each of those tournaments, actually at this point, I was originally thinking like something easy, like a $5 eShop gift card, but with the recent announcement of like Fire Red and Leaf Green coming to the eShop, I think we might just give like, I think we'll just give you a copy.
Well, a $20 gift card probably.
I
don't know.
Yeah, we'll probably give you a $20 eShop gift card to buy Pokemon Fire Red, Leaf Green. I mean, obviously I'm not going to know if you actually do that, but we'll probably do that. For each tournament that I say, though, the winner will probably win a $20 eShop gift card, so that you can go buy a copy of Pokemon Fire Red or Pokemon Leaf Green on the Nintendo Switch. And then, or at least something of equivalent value. I don't really, man, if you guys want to play Fire Emblem or something, that's fine. I don't care. And
I don't think you can buy a Fire Emblem right now, but yeah.
No, but you can like get it on a discount, you got $20 discount on that now. But you can also go ahead and so there's a VGC tournament, and then in the afternoon there's around I think around 4 p.m. in the evening we're planning to do a TCG Pocket tournament, so which will also be on Limitless, and then I believe around 7:30 p.m. Eastern we're going to be doing a VGC Regulation F best of 3 tournament over on Limitless. If you're unfamiliar with Limitless TCG it is a platform that typically just like ranks the best Pokemon TCG decks. But if you go to their play platform, play.limitless.com, I believe it is, or you can go over there and you can make an account. You can sign up for these tournaments. It's really nice for us on our end because we don't have to do Swiss rounds manually. And it updates you immediately. It shows you what the person's like friend code is or whatever you need to type in to be able to do your matchmaking and get your games done. So
Pocket is really nice with this because it just gives, actually, I think both of them just use password systems. So I imagine auto generates for both of them.
Yeah. So
you don't need to add friends. You just get like automated passwords for your battle.
Yeah. So we're going to do both of these. And these, like I said, are kind of like a pilot program. Depending on how many people sign up for these, Puckle may continue doing these way into the future on almost a weekly basis. Because we kind of just want to see how like much the Puckle community like kind of wants something like this. And honestly, I kind of want it with Champions coming out. So
Champions does sound very fun.
This is kind of selfish for Thatch. It's fine.
It's setting the foundation.
Absolutely. Yeah. And then additionally, I'm not even done yet. I'm not even done with the things we're doing, by the way. Around, I believe, 5 p.m. Eastern, Shark Finnegan, I think I'm going to be playing in it as well, but Shark Finnegan is going to be hosting a live version of Pokemon Game Corner, or Puckle's Game Corner. And so you can check that out, watch that live. He's got 3 games he's preparing. I don't even know. I get to be a participant for once. And it's going to be very, very fun. So I'm pretty excited for that as well. So there's just like so many cool things, and there will probably, actually, I'm not even done. Oh my gosh. Whimsicott streaming after we're done recording the show. Whimsicott's going to be streaming a Pokemon quiz, PokemonQuiz.com, and they're going to try to fill in like the full decks with the community. If you want the full schedule, I just said like a lot of things, like so many things are happening. And it's going to be an awesome Pokemon day for all of us. And I'm very, very excited to be able to do it with all of you. So yeah, we're going to go ahead. We're going to do all of that next Friday, or this Friday, February 27th, starting at 7:30 Eastern, going until probably about 10 p.m. Eastern, if not later. You can come and hang out and do something Pokemon with Puckle. And I'm very excited to have that opportunity to do it with you guys. So yeah, this is what I wanted last year for Pokemon Day to be, and I'm trying to make it. I'm trying to make it the thing that we do every year. I think this should be a celebration, and maybe we should be also pushing for a little bit more. But yeah, come in.
I mean,
have a
it's the 30th anniversary, so we're all guns blazing.
Yeah, so check the socials if you haven't already for the full schedule. I'll have the full schedule posted. There might be more additional opportunities to win the $20 eShop gift card, depending on what we actually do. Because I'm also trying to push for like a Pokemon trivia type thing to be put into the mix as well, so that the fans can participate in the trivia. But yeah, it's definitely something I'm excited to do and just give back to the community and have a good time. But with that, I apologize. We didn't do the normal thing where we talked about what we're doing in Pokemon recently. But I knew this was going to be longer than the news segment should be for me to get through all of the cool things we're doing. Yeah, I apologize to Jushiro and Sigma for hijacking.
We're all
their,
in standby for this week.
Yeah, I mean they're gonna be there, so that's the best part, is they're gonna be there. And like all the Puckle people have talked about coming in and playing and doing a bunch of other stuff and participating and having a good time with the community as well. So it won't just be Thatch hanging out; it'll be everybody else. So be around, make sure you see them, say hi. And have a good time. I hope to see you at some of our events and just having a good time playing. But with that, guys, we're gonna kick it on over to some actual Pokemon news. So let's get it on over to that. And welcome to the news. In the news, we've got a few things to talk about. I kind of already ruined some of them by talking about our plans, but first and foremost, the Pokemon Presents was announced for next week, or this week, this Friday, February 27th at 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. PST. To watch it. It is confirmed to be 25 minutes long, which is on the longer side for a Pokemon Presents.
I think it's tied with the longest. So
it is tied with the longest, I think, but it's not like out of the realm of possibility, if that makes sense. I don't know. Like, it's not like unusually long. It's
usually like 20-ish, 20 to 25 minutes is usual.
It's around 20-ish minutes. Like, it's around 20-ish minutes. And when they said 25, it was like, wow, this is like super long. I'm like, it's like normal.
It's on the longer end. It's one.
Like,
I think they showed SB in like a 12-minute one, which is still crazy to hear. It's like, wait, they announced a new generation in a 12-minute presents. Like, how did that happen? What?
I think this one's a bit longer because it is the 30th anniversary, and there's a lot there's a lot of things coming out. There's certainly a lot of things happening, because even if you just look at the things they've already talked about, which I guess is a great transition, there's plenty of things to talk about. What, like, the craziest one, and I mean, this is crazy because this is something I've been asking for like the past I don't know, like 30 years almost, but it feels like ever since the Switch came out, I've been asking for this.
Now it's been it's only existed for 20 years.
Yeah. The Switch, the Puckle's only existed 18 years. That you can. Oh, but either way,
Jeez.
But I'm very excited to tell everybody. Even though you've probably already seen, but Pokemon Fire Red and Pokemon Leaf Green are coming to the Nintendo Switch. And they are not coming as part of the Nintendo Switch Online package, which I think is a very important distinction. They are coming as individual titles on the eShop, that are being released very much in the same way that the Virtual Console titles were released on the Nintendo 3DS, where they have compatibility for local connection, but not for internet connection, which in my opinion, is fine. Like, I'm sorry that you have to like go find a friend or something. I don't know. And the reason they have to do this, and I was until earlier this morning, I was sure this would happen. I just didn't see any confirmation, but Sigma showed me that there's going to be Pokemon Home compatibility that come with these titles, which is probably why they're not on NSO, because they can control the save data a little bit better that way. You can't do any kind of like save scumming or weird stuff like you can on NSO, where you can like rewind the games and stuff like that.
Rewind, save states, any of that stuff.
Yeah. So they're trying to prevent you from doing those kinds of weird things, so that you can connect to Pokemon Home. As these Pokemon to Pokemon Home, and I find this great. This is great news. I'm hoping this means that not only Fire Red and Leaf Green are on the way. I'm hoping that we at least get the rest of Gen 3.
Yeah, from your mouth to our years.
Yeah, I would love to see Pokemon Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald also make the leap to the Switch at this point, because it's not that much of a stretch if they've already done it for Leaf Green and Fire Red.
The technology is there.
Yeah, I would love to see those games also make it. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a release timeline kind of similar to what we saw in with the 3DS, where on the 20th anniversary we got Red, Blue, and Yellow on the Virtual Console, and then it wasn't much longer. I think it was something like 6 months or something. They announced Gen 2 was coming as well. So I wouldn't be surprised. The thing is, you probably will see a staggered release if that happens as well. You'll probably see Ruby and Sapphire come, and then later on you'll see Emerald show up.
I think that's what they did with Crystal. It was like 4 months later or something.
Yeah. So, but this is very exciting. I have things I want to like include in this discussion about these games a little bit more, but we're saving that for a little bit later in the show, in a couple places.
There's a lot to talk about with that.
There's a lot to talk about. I also have like a thing for the topic. Like I have a bingo card entry that I want to nominate for the topic.
It's like this is a very big thing that we could have probably made an entire episode on had it not been a busy week.
Yeah, this is like something that deserves its own topic almost. This is going to be probably a very long episode as a result. But last week's was also very long. I think last week was the longest PuCL episode ever. I
think it was like 212, and it didn't feel like it.
It was very long. It was very long last week. If people could make it over the audio issues that we had at the beginning, it was my fault. I accidentally turned a knob. I'm so sorry.
Skip to the news.
Skip to the news. Topic. Skip to the topic. It's fine. Okay. Moving on to the rest of the things. Not only did Fire Red and Leaf Green come out, but if you listen to Nintendo Music, I don't know who you are other than Sigma.
I do sometimes when I go for a walk. Yeah. Just sometimes.
Yeah. If you're Sigma, you probably listen to this, but they're on the Nintendo Music app. They have released the soundtracks for Pokemon Fire Red and Pokemon Leaf Green, so you can go listen to that now. There's something in there that like somebody noticed that I wanted to talk about, but I'll probably leave it. I'll save it. I'm going to save it. And then we're going to go ahead and also let you know that the last part of season 3, or just the next batch, that's not even the end of season 3. But Pokemon Horizons season 3, Rising Hope Part 2 is coming to Netflix on March 20th. So you can watch more Pokemon animes and have a good time. Wow. That is everything that was on my list to cover.
Because now my list includes stuff.
Your checklist. Go for it, Jushiro.
Yeah. So we're starting out with Pokemon Unite has announced its next 3 Pokemon, and there will be Uno, Dos, and Tres. Zapdos, Articuno, and Moltres. They will be available in Unite. They will also put out a letter that going forward, Pokemon will only have one move path. They will be cheaper than recent releases as well. They reserve the right to add a second move path in the future. They're also continuing to release 2 Pokemon a month and are releasing a new solo mode with better rewards, including license points.
Interesting.
It is interesting. It's nice to have all 3 birds. Like they've been in the game for the longest time, but as bosses, mini bosses inside the stage, where Zapdos and Articuno, I don't know if Moltres has. So it's nice to have them as players finally.
I'm going to be honest. When they announced that they were changing Rayquaza out of being the main boss for the stage, I thought they were going to be adding Mega Rayquaza at this time.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, they're adding Mega Rayquaza. Not yet, but I'm sure he's coming.
He's on the way. He has to be on the way.
He's too popular to not be
I wonder if it'll be one of those things where they like release Emerald for like they did for everything else, and then
like a big month of probably for the TCG set too. Oh,
yeah, I like to complain.
Gonna release in July. Yeah.
I like to really complain about Dungeons and Dragons and how they're really bad at being a franchise and releasing things at the same time like they should. Yeah. But Pokemon is not that. Pokemon is very good at doing tie-ins.
It's like how Meowth was last month, I think. It had like the new Meowth EX, which is like a staple card release. It came out in Unite, and it also got like a immersive card in TCG Pocket for some reason, all at the same time. So it's like, I could see that for Rayquaza in the summer, because we know Emerald Storm is a set coming at some point.
Yeah, they just have such great brand synergy with all the things they do.
They absolutely do. Absolutely.
Take notes, Digimon.
So successful. No,
Digimon. Take that, Digimon.
No, I said take notes, Digimon. They can learn from this.
I feel like
it's zero. Well, it's starting now with the for example, the Time Stranger has a set in the TCG now.
I saw that.
Some synergy happening now. So they are taking notes. They just have
good. They should.
No, you should just be doing everything all the time. I absolutely agree.
Yep.
Well, move on, Jushiro. Give us the next thing.
Well, yes. Well, the next thing would be Go. The Go Tour is this weekend. You still have time to buy a ticket. That also comes with a Shiny Deontay research. There will also be raids for Mega Victreebel, Malamar, and Dragonite. And then there is the new Super Mega raids that have been added to the game. There are also a new currency that will be required if you want to do remote versions of the raid.
That's nice. That's fine. It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine.
Pokemon Go. Thank you, I guess. It's fine.
Yeah. There was this game that came out not too long ago. I think it's Where the Winds Meet or something like that.
Yeah.
And I downloaded to try it, and I didn't last more than like 2 hours because the game itself is very impressive, but it is menus upon menus upon menus with currencies upon currencies upon currency.
Oh yeah.
Tell me about it.
It's like Genshin Impact.
Mobile games. Oh my God.
You're losing it when you add too many currencies. It's become very confusing and not fun at all.
Yeah, that's why I'm a little worried with new currencies popping up in Pokemon Go. We'll find out though.
Yeah.
All right.
Like in person, it's still the same. It's just if you want to, if you want to do remote rate, like in person, it's a choice. You can use the new currency or like the old passes. Remote, you need the new currency alongside the remote rate pass. So it's like,
fun.
All right. Well, Sigma, tell us about some TCG news. I'm sure that's less upsetting.
All right. First up, TPCI acquired a leading card distributor in Excel brands.
Cool.
Hopefully that just means that like they won't be gouging prices on the distributor level, right? Because
that's the problem.
Happens, right?
Yeah. For those of you who don't understand what this means, so what happens is when your local game store buys Pokemon cards, they have to buy it from a distributor that buys it from the Pokemon company. And that distributor, typically when the set releases, will sell it at, a price point where your local game store can sell it at MSRP, which is why when a new set releases
most of the time,
and typically what that means is that's why you see your local game stores, when the new set comes out, they'll give you a booster box at MSRP. They won't increase the prices. It won't be like market price. The packs won't be over $5.50 a pack or something like that. But what ends up happening is because Pokemon's so popular, the distributors after like the next run will sell more of that product, but they'll sell it at an increased price, more closely related to the market price. And that's why you see a lot of the local game stores then post-release. If you were to go see a box of Mega Evolutions now on the shelf at your local game store, it's going to be over MSRP. And that's because they got it for way more from the distributor. And so these distributors are kind of causing this issue in a way. And I'm kind of hoping that with them buying a distributor itself, they can kind of control the prices
the
at
other
that
ones
level.
To behave and stay in line, I would imagine.
Yeah. They can at least undersell.
Eliminate that problem and they just do the upgraded price anyway. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think
doubt
this is more like
doing
a control method. It's like No. This distributor we own, and they're going to stay at MSRP.
I think
They are
Pokemon's
gonna gouge out our price.
I think Pokemon's a big enough prize. I know a big enough company. I know people will complain about the price of Fire Red Leaf Green or whatever right now. But I think they're a big enough brand and a big enough presence at this point that one, they understand the damage that like scalping and the price increases have done to the community. Like they understand this. They have their finger on the pulse of the normal Pokemon fan. And they know that the normal Pokemon fans are upset that they can't buy product. There's plenty of stories. Like I hear them all the time from like parents being like, I couldn't buy Pokemon cards for my kids because they're too expensive. And these
I think being able to purchase a pack of Pokemon cards for your kids as you're checking out at like a Target is important. That is an important experience for kids.
Well, it's also important for brands. And there was a recent interview done actually in Japan. So Pokemon is like this. This Pokemon is very, very aware of these things. And it's kind of to our own chagrin, but what they said is they interviewed children about what their favorite like video game franchise was. And they said, is your favorite one Kingdom Hearts or, Dragon Quest or Final Fantasy? And then when the kids answered, they said Pokemon. And the reason they said that is because all of those other brands release games on a cycle of, maybe every 3 years, maybe even longer. And Pokemon,
a lot of those are like on a 7-year cycle at this point.
Yeah. And Pokemon does an annual release, right? Basically. And that keeps it fresh in the kids' minds. And so Pokemon can just have that staying presence in the youth constantly.
And annual different games, not because we've had annual games that are just like Call of Duty 1, 2, 7.
Yes.
The same, just upgraded. These are like every year there's a different Pokemon game that's completely different.
And so a lot of people, and so Pokemon's very aware of just like brand recognition, improving like their sales numbers and their popularity. And part of that is just having cards on shelves. So people go, oh yeah, Pokemon, it's on the shelf. It's not there anymore. I haven't seen a Pokemon card on a shelf in so long, unless it's like behind a case. And or at a local gaming store. But like I haven't seen a Pokemon card.
That the small store, city store, that grocery store that is next to my apartment. Yeah. This is I'm telling you, like the type of store you go in just to buy Coke and a candy. Yeah. They sell Pokemon cards.
Yeah. No, it's so prevalent.
The only cards they sell. Don't sell anything else, no toys, no anything else, but they do have boosters. I'm like, wow, okay.
Exactly. So it's just Pokemon's very aware. So hopefully this is a move in a direction where they're going to make a positive impact. Right. But yeah. All right, move on, Jushiro. We talked about this for long enough.
No, it's me.
I'm Jushiro. It's Sigma.
Oh, it's Sigma. Sorry. We talked about it too long. I forgot.
So the next TCG Pocket set has been announced. It comes out the 25th, which I assume is Wednesday. But if it's like last time, it releases at like 8 p.m., which was great. It was a nice little surprise. So anyway, the set is Paldean Wonders. And the controversy here is that we've had reused art before, and that's fine. Everyone expects it. But we haven't had it at high rarities yet.
Yeah, I know.
And they're reusing one of the art rares from one of the Paldea sets already with Mousehold and Goldengo and Meowscarada are just like carbon copies of the TCG art too.
Yep.
So it's awkward. Clearly this is a very budget set is what it looks like.
Yeah, I wonder if it was like also rushed in an extent, because I can see it being like, oh, we should probably put it like a Paldea's thing as like a last hurrah for Paldea, because everybody's going to be not excited for it after Friday. Like, because like they're gonna announce Gen 10 and like they're
this feels filler. It's fine.
It's filler 100%.
It does very feel filler. It is filler. Then also at EUIC last weekend, that like we have no room in the news, but Chris Brown talked with some people. He's always the guy who talks about Worlds and the Pokemon Presents. So anyway, they said they're happy with where Pocket is right now and have no plans for it showing up at like Worlds or anything right now.
I'm okay with that. I think that's kind of what they need to do anyway, because if I'm the Pokemon company, I would be like, Pokemon Pocket's supposed to be like the lead in to Pokemon TCG. Right.
I think in time, if it finds its own little niche, maybe there's a world for it. But like, it's still only a year and almost a year and a half old now. So.
I think my biggest gripe with it is there's no efficient, like, this is me. I'm not saying there should be a cheap option, even though that's probably what a lot of people want to hear. Like, there should be a very easily accessible option. I don't think that's true about anything in Pokemon. Maybe with the exception of the Pokemon TCG. I think you can build a deck for $50, and that's pretty reasonable. And
I think most of them are like under $40 now because rotation's about to hit. But
it's like $50, and you're probably building a tier 1 meta deck.
Though technically, I think PokePad is like an $8 common. Everyone's complaining about right now.
For now, but like it's gonna be fixed.
Are just coming out, so it'll go down.
Yeah, it's gonna go down. I'm not worried about it. But my overall feeling with Pocket is that they want people to lead into that, but there's no way to buy like enough currency to buy the cards that I need in an efficient manner. And so if you were to make this a competitive game, I need to be able to have somewhat efficient access to the pieces to play at the competitive level, right?
What they did like back in October is that it used to be the case that you could not trade for cards until like the next set came out. They made it so you could trade immediately, which means that you can actually get access to the cards you need a lot quicker without having to pay hundreds of dollars to get what you need.
I don't care about the price. To be fair, I don't care about the price because I just
like, you can find the trade lobbies, you can get
there's probably like there's probably like an upper limit. I would say maybe like $500 or something.
I think they limit you to $100 a day technically.
Yeah. But. Like $500 is probably what I would be I'd say like, okay, if it took $500 for me to be able to compete at a competitive level, I would be like, that's fine. I don't think that's possible outside of the trading thing. I don't think
you could be self-sufficient, but I think you could.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
You could trade.
Because I mean, I think about like VGC, people complain about how much things cost. And I'm like, well, you had to buy a $300 Switch.
I always hate those straw man arguments they use for VGC.
A $60 game, and then you're complaining that you have to play Legends Arceus to like get Ursaluna or something. And
like, you don't need to play a team with Ursaluna technically. There are perfectly fine teams that don't use Ursaluna. That's why that argument doesn't really work.
Even then, I don't know. I'm shocked that the Pokemon company, this is my shocked face. I'm shocked that the Pokemon company would like you to play their games to compete in their games. Like, I don't know. I not to like poop on competitive players, because like there's very good ones and they're very inspirational to a lot of people, like Wolf Glick and people like that. But the number of people like that go into competitive battling and like they just grind for that, I don't know that the Pokemon company really likes that message. Because like I don't know. I think about people who used to go compete in like back in Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire days, and they accidentally wouldn't have gotten far enough to unlock the Mega Ring.
I think that was like Aaron. I think that was Aaron Zeng's brother.
It wasn't just him. It's happened to other people as well. Like,
I know, but that was the big one that I heard.
Yeah. So I don't know.
He had Mega Rayquaza, but didn't have the
Mega Ring
to be a story or something.
Yeah. It's fine. It's fine. But yeah, these are just weird things. Okay, we're gonna finish the news segment with everybody's favorite part of the news segment. We're gonna talk about. Well, we should first say Puckle's badge bonanza this week is still Pokemon Snap. Next month we're gonna do.
There's a leaderboard now.
Yay! Ooh, that's exciting actually.
I was in first for a little bit, and then I got knocked down to second.
But then also Wo-Chien's News Corner, news brought to you at a snail's pace. 10 years ago this week, I'm about to get stabbed right in the chest. Pokemon Ranger released on Wii U Virtual Console. Actually, did not know that. That's a very good game to put on the Wii U Virtual Console, actually.
It has the right touchscreen for it, yeah.
Yeah, actually, what a great game to put there. Good job. Red, Blue, and Yellow released on the 3DS Virtual Console. And Sun and Moon was announced, which, ow. And the release of Pokemon Photo Booth app for mobile also came out, and that's gone now, I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure it's gone, yes.
Pretty sure that's gone now. All right, well, with that, guys, we've got a topic to talk about. So let's kick it on over to the topic. Welcome to our topic. Our topic today is going to be our Pokemon 30 bingo card. We're going to build this out together as the three of us. We have a bingo card ready. I'm going to pull it up on, if you're on the video version of the podcast, you can see it. What you see actually on the screen, we have a nice image made up. By the time this episode's out, this will be publicly available to you on our social medias, as well as on our Discord, where you can take this bingo card, the PuCL bingo card, and fill it out yourself and build your own bingo card to play along with us during Pokemon Day. Actually, you know what? I'm deciding right here, right now, for those of you listening to the show, that I will give out a copy of Fire Red and Leaf Green to whoever gets the most points on the bingo card. I will put the criteria for that in the Discord. So we will play along, and you will have to submit your bingo card before Pokemon Day happens for this to happen. But if you do it, you can win a copy of Fire Red Leaf Green. One of them, not both of them. I'm not going to buy both of them for you. I'm sorry. All right. But with that, I really want to get into and just like have a fun time having a conversation about things that we expect to occur in a Pokemon at Pokemon Day during the presents, and things we expect to see, because there's a lot of things floating around, and I've got like 3 or 4 things. We've got 16 blocks here. We're doing a 4x4 grid for everybody on the not video version. We're doing a 4x4 grid because I think that makes the most sense. Doing 25 is too many. If it were 25, we would only have to fill in 24, because I think the free space is Gen 10, but we can take up one of the spaces here and call it Gen 10. And that's what I'm going to do.
We don't even have to do that. Now we get 5 exactly each. Cool.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah, exactly. We've got 15 left there, but Gen 10 announcement is absolutely happening.
It's all but guaranteed.
Yeah, it's all but guaranteed, in my opinion. I think a Gen 10 announcement is absolutely happening. There's nothing you can do to convince me otherwise, and I think we all just have a good time with it, because Gen 10 is obviously on the way for the 30th anniversary. I mean, I feel like they even shoot in Sun and Moon back during the 20th anniversary to kind of make it happen. I think they delayed it a year, honestly, to make it happen for the 30th anniversary. And I think we might have seen the same thing happen again this year, in all honesty. But yeah, all right. Yeah. So yeah, Gen 10 announcement. Very easy, done, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. I do have another one, and it's kind of running off a thought that I was trying to prevent myself from having during the news segment. So I'm going to get it out before I forget entirely. But this is something that I'm not sure everybody's aware of, but Sigma probably is, because he's one of the 5 people that uses the Nintendo Music app. And
hi.
And you're not denying it, which is true. In the Nintendo Music app, part of the music in the Fire Red and Leaf Green collection that they included is the battle against Deoxys. Mm-hmm. I think they may announce, and this is a deep cut for Fire Red Leaf Green, for people who maybe are unfamiliar with the games, because I guess those games did come out over 20 years ago now. But in Fire Red Leaf Green, in addition to going through Kanto, there's also an additional area called the Sevi Islands, which is really fun. It's a great game. It's a good time. Mm-hmm. And in the Sevi Islands, there were event tickets that you could go get. They were essentially mystery gifts, but because online distribution didn't exist at the time, you couldn't go get those mystery gift items. And there's 2 sets of events that are very big in this. One was you were able to capture Deoxys in Fire Red Leaf Green. by going to Naval Island. And so I think there's a chance.
I think it's Birth Island, not Naval Island.
Oh, Naval Island is for Ho-Oh and
Naval
Lugia.
Rock is like Ho-Oh and
Naval
Lugia.
Rock, yeah. But I think both of those are possible at this point, in all honesty.
I think both of them are, because otherwise you're not getting Ho-Oh and Lugia without Coliseum and XD, which they're on NSO, not their own separate thing. So
yes, I think
unlikely.
I think you genuinely. I think there's a good chance that they would do an in-game version, kind of like Pokemon Crystal, where we got the GS ball, to do like the extra Sevi Islands. So I am putting that as like one of my hopes and dreams in the bingo card. I think it's enough of a stretch where I would probably give it like a 50% chance of happening. I don't know that I would say it's a sure thing, but I think there's a decent chance, like a very sizable chance, that this will happen. I would also equally be unsurprised if it didn't happen.
I would hope it happens. I would hope.
That's the purpose of the bingo card, though. So.
Especially since it doesn't have online to get the mystery gift.
Yes. It's because it doesn't have online, and you can't do like they're not going to make me go to a Toys R Us because I can't, which is another depressing thought. But
it would be funny if they made you go to like NAIC to get it.
Yeah. But yeah, okay. So I put Fire Red gives you Deoxys, Ho-Oh, and Lugia, as well as our Gen 10 announcement. There's more things. There's more hopes and dreams to have, I think. I've got some like really like cheesy ones to like put in there.
Some low hanging fruits and some out there ones. So,
okay, I'd love to hear what you guys have, because I'll save my cheeky ones for later.
I got a boring one, so I'm gonna shoot it out there. We'll meet the new CEO of Nintendo. New CEO will premiere on the Direct.
Because I don't agree with you, but I'm not going to prevent you. This isn't a top 5 bottom 5 episode.
This isn't a veto thing, but yeah, I don't expect it. But
I don't agree with you.
I only expect it and not that she's going to talk much. I believe it's going to be either an introduction or something, and it's going to be when they announce Gen 10, because it's exclusive to Switch 2, which is very related to Nintendo. And just when they're going to announce Gen 2, she's going to appear, and she's going to appear next to maybe the game director, and they're going to introduce themselves, and then they're going to introduce the game.
I think
it's going to be the Direct that has going to be most eyes on. It's like the Super Bowl Direct.
I
would not surprise me, at least.
I just don't think there's ever been
at the first Nintendo Direct.
Yes, but, I think that she would show up at a Nintendo Direct before she shows up at a Pokemon Presents.
Well, she's only been in the job for like a month and a half. Have we had it?
Yeah, no, we just haven't had a real Direct.
We just haven't had a real Direct. I still think that that's probably what would happen. The only time I can remember and that's a Nintendo of
Bowser
America.
Never showed up to anything.
This is a Nintendo of America CEO too, not even Nintendo CEO that you're talking about.
The Nintendo of America. I mean, that didn't keep Reggie from appearing in all sorts of Directs.
He never appeared in a Pokemon Presents though. No,
I don't know that he did.
No, he never appeared. He never appeared in a Pokemon Presents. The only because Game Freak is such a Japanese company. I think typically I think
like
typically
to keep to themselves.
Yeah, you'll see that. Yeah, you'll see that. But I that's a bold one. I mean, we gotta have some swings for the fences here, Jushiro. Okay.
That's a swing for the fence. New CEO of America introduced.
I don't think that'll happen, but yeah.
That's the thing about.
I mean, if we fill out the whole bingo card, you get a winner chicken dinner. All right. So what about you, Sigma? Do you have anything that you think?
I'm gonna go real low hanging fruit, like real low hanging fruit.
Yeah.
I think news about Pokemon XP happens finally. After
you were
supposed to sign up, like pre-registration was supposed to happen in September, and then they said JK, and it hasn't been heard from since. So I think this is the actual return of Pokemon XP information.
Ooh, Pokemon XP. Yeah, I totally forgot.
Remember the Pidgey prices?
XP is
okay. The Pidgey prices. Okay, so the problem with the Pidgey prices. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can find this. Actually, I'm gonna see if I can pull it up and find it. But so the problem with the Pidgey prices for Pokemon XP tried.
They're taking over San Francisco for Worlds.
They're
taking what it is.
Essentially for
they're
Pokemon
trying to
Worlds,
have like a big community event.
They really wanted it to be a. Oh my gosh, it's still on the website. So
like a convention, but it's taking place more
for Pokemon for Pokemon Worlds. They wanted to become more of a Pokemon convention, a Pokemon event, which I don't disagree with. I mean, it's kind of turning into that with the number of people that show up. And so they've kind of separated the World Championships from like all of the other things that happen at the World Championships in terms of Pokemon XP. So the Pokemon World Championships still exist. You can go compete at the Pokemon World Championships. People are still going to watch you. They're still going to stream it. And they're still going to have that really cool stage that they did this year. And but what they did is it's much like any other convention you would go to. They have like prices, and they have these things called Pidgey prices and standard prices. And I read the website, and the website said that Pidgey prices are when you buy the tickets early, and so you get them at a slight discount, which is true. It's like $150 if you get them early versus $180, and this is if you can go to the arena for Worlds finals, or you could just get the multi-day pass without the Worlds thing, and it's like $30 cheaper. And so you save $30 with the Pidgey price. And I was like, why are we insisting on calling it the Pidgey price? And it took me, me, a Pokemon fan that has a Pokemon podcast. I'm sitting here like, what's going on? Why did we call it this? Right. What a terrible name. And then it hit me like 3 days later. It took 3 days. It's because Pidgey price is
early bird.
Is early bird because it has the early bird
doesn't
ability.
Even have the early bird ability.
It's the early bird price. And I'm just like, what a terrible name. What a terrible name to give this thing. Why don't you just call it early bird pricing? Like you could just do it. Pokemon's already got an ability called early bird.
Right.
It's fine. It's fine.
At the very least, early Pidgey.
Pidgey prices.
Yeah. Pidgey prices. What a terrible name. But Pokemon XP, I would love to hear what's going on, since especially it's happening in like 6 months. And you can't even sign up for it. I already bought my Gen Con ticket. That's happening around the same time. Like, all right. Yeah. No, I absolutely agree with this.
No, it's a very low hanging fruit. It's like that
low hanging fruit. Absolutely. Right? Absolutely. It has to show up. It absolutely has to show up. Okay. So, this is also low hanging fruit. I think this is very, very low hanging fruit for mine. My next one. So for my next one, I think PokeQuiz is coming out like a week after Pokemon Day. I think we're gonna get like new details, like new mechanic for PokeQuiz. Right.
I was gonna go further and say there's probably gonna be the demo that was at EUIC.
Since I said it, I'm not gonna put that because I don't think that. Okay. I think that's too bold.
I'll have that on my bingo card. I'm not gonna nominate.
Yeah. So actually, what is happening for awareness for everybody else is every co-host has been tasked by me to make their own bingo card. So you will see there will be a video later on this week on YouTube where I make all of them talk for like 10 minutes or however long to go through all of their choices and what they believe. But yes, PokeQuiz. I think PokeQuiz shows off like a new mechanic though. I think it shows something new, because even in like the reviews and the trailers I've seen, there's so much they just didn't show us. There's just like so much they haven't shown us. And I think one, if you're very plugged in to Pokemon like we are, you see it. But if there's a person that's just like really excited about Pokemon and you watch Pokemon Day, you'll be like, oh wow, this thing's happening in PokeQuiz that we already knew about. But I think they'll announce like a new mechanic of some sort.
Do you think there's like a new character that they haven't shared yet?
Yeah, I think that's possible too. I think outside of like Pikachu and Moslax, they might show like a new one of those as well. New mechanic / character, I'll say. Because I think that's very realistic. Because I think that's something they can very easily show. What about you, Jushiro? You got more things?
I do.
I think whatever you say will be more likely than your last one. I'll preface with that.
Let's put a low hung an update for home.
Ooh, actually, okay. I think that will happen. I think that will happen at minimum. I think they'll discuss a timeline for Pokemon Legends EA home connectivity. Yeah. I think because that's overdue at this point.
Yes.
I think that home update for I don't know if we need to say exactly Pokemon ZA, but I think a home update will absolutely be
the home have the update, maybe a time like you
Mhm.
said, like a map.
yeah. I think for
Like it's not
I
going to
think
be a big update announcement, but
Mhm.
it'll be like here's when it's coming.
yeah, I think they'll probably give us a home update. I think specifically for ZA, but they might give us more actually.
I mean, I still think it's probably going to happen with the release of Champions, right?
I think they're going to do one big update. Yeah, probably one
Yeah.
big update to connect with Champions and Pokemon Legends ZA.
Like
Because
I assume they're connected, and they'll happen around the same time.
My assumption is it'll happen at the same time, only as a way. We were talking about earlier about how Pokemon's a franchise and they're very good at being a franchise. I think they might do it only to be like, hey, we got Pokemon Champions, and you can bring over your Pokemon from Pokemon Legends ZA now to be in Pokemon
like
Champions.
I assume like most of the ZA of Champions is probably going to include ZA Pokemon because Megas are in the first season. We know that. And ZA has all the Megas, so obviously a lot of crossover. A lot of crossover.
So I absolutely okay. This is a way higher odds than your last one, Jushiro. Yeah. What about you? What other low hanging fruit do you have, Sigma?
So I was going to say that there was going to be a CG Pikachu just chilling on the desk that we don't notice, but I'm changing
the animatronic
that.
one. The animatronic Pikachu.
I think we're going to have a Pikachu plush in the video on the desk somewhere or in the background on the shelf.
Okay,
Pikachu plush.
I like that because that's something that would be on
They
Poly
love
Market.
putting the plushes for what's going to be talked about in the background. And Pikachu has a plush coming.
Okay,
it's definitely there.
Okay. Actually, okay. I'm gonna follow this up here in a second. But I have two comments. And I think they both might make the bingo card. But I think they both might make the bingo card. So my first one is that they just came out with that animatronic Pikachu for
yeah, I saw it too.
It's on Pokemon Center now, actually. Fun fact.
I imagine it's expensive, but
I don't know. I haven't looked at it because I got an email that said, "Hey, there's an animatronic Pikachu for you."
I assume it's on pre-order though.
It probably is. Oh my gosh, it's mad at me. It told me I'm a robot.
I mean, to be fair, they do get bought a lot.
Oh my gosh, the website's not working. Enable browser cookies and what? I don't have a VPN on. Like, just let me into my.
I am coming from the Pokemon.com. Why are you yelling at me?
I literally typed in PokemonCenter.com. I don't know what's going on. Okay, either way, I think that there's a chance that the animatronic Pikachu makes an appearance of some sort. I do also believe that there's a chance that we get this is me being cheeky. I believe because this happens every single time, every Pokemon Presents. Not even just the Pokemon Day ones, but for Pokemon Presents. I believe that there is I believe, and I'm going to put this on the bingo card for myself, that there will be plushes in the background that people read way too much into and believe that it means that some game is coming out or some generation is getting a re-release because there's like a Reshiram in the background or something, or there's like
that's why we use Pikachu plush. Like there's no reading into it.
No, but like
just great.
No. I think that the other one will happen as well. That's the thing.
Oh yeah, people will read into things. Usually, it's very obvious what the plushes are there to represent. It's like
well, sometimes they just like put them in there because like especially for like the anniversaries as well. This is for you, PUCL listener, to be more informed and to not be the type of social media user that upsets me on Pokemon Day. But typically what happens is on anniversaries, they put representations for every single game that's ever come out for Pokemon to celebrate the anniversary. And on Pokemon Day, they do this all the time. There'll be like Mewtwo, and there's going to be like Dialga and Palkia sitting next to each other, and there's going to be other Pokemon sitting next to each other that represent every generation. I guarantee it. And I believe that the community will latch on to some of those Pokemon in the back, because sometimes they'll miss a generation or something. They won't be visible or something like that. And people will be like, wow, they put that one there because they wanted us to think about Gen 5. So I think I'm gonna fine tune this a little bit. I believe there will be a Groudon and Kyogre plush somewhere, and everybody will assume that means that Ruby and Sapphire are coming to the Nintendo Switch.
For sure.
I mean, I assume that'll be announced too, but that's beside the point.
Huh? What?
I said I assume those will actually be announced in the presentation, and we don't have
I don't think they will. I don't think they'll be announced. I don't think they'll be announced in the presentation.
But I'm not going to nominate that one. People can have that one for free.
I'm going to put my Kyogre and Groudon plush thing because I think it's funny. I think it will happen.
I agree. Like, I think gambling on the plushes is actually pretty good. I didn't even think about that until Jushiro was talking.
Yeah, I think the Kyogre and Groudon plush get overhyped. I think that is like a very realistic thing that could happen. I have been around the block a number of times, Puckle listener. And let me tell you, this will happen. This will happen. I guarantee it. I do believe those games will probably come out, but we'll talk about that in the Poke opinion later.
Yeah.
But I don't think it'll be because the plushes were there. They were trying to signal that to me.
No, that was just because every game got
some representation somehow. And they're gonna be like, oh man, Kyogre and Groudon are coming out, or they're coming out. Yeah, I believe this will happen 100%. I put it like it down in the bottom corner because like I think it's like a very later thing. But okay. Well, we're back to you, Jushiro. Sorry, I made a very cheeky one.
No worries. We're gonna have a very heavily produced video about children playing with Pokemon throughout the generations. Basically a video package that is going to be like a whole celebration of the 30 years of Pokemon, where we're going to see children and adults just sharing and socializing around Pokemon, and that's going to be put right in the beginning of the stream.
Yeah, I think that's very likely. I think that's very likely. That's very safe. This is very safe.
Mm-hmm. Well, not
maybe show like people growing up, like you start
my first choice.
You're just like are you overcompensating?
And then you show like
overcompensating now.
Yeah. No, I see showing like a different variety of age groups, but definitely little kids are there.
Yeah, young kids will certainly be there.
They showed different age groups enjoying Pokemon,
different nationalities,
in different ways.
Yes,
like
different nationalities, maybe even different languages. Yeah,
big diversity. Yeah.
It feels like you're going through Epcot, you know.
Yeah.
It feels like you're going through Epcot.
They could really just play the "It's a Small World" song, and everyone's like, yeah.
It's pretty much the same thing. It's the same vibes, guys. It's the same vibes. Yeah. Every time they do it, same vibes.
I have no issue with this, but that's just what they do.
That's how you should do it.
No, the ones actually the videos I really miss and I really liked were the ones they were doing when they were hyping up Sun and Moon. Those were the best.
I was just gonna say, I'm here making fun and stuff like that, but I remember the one for Sun and Moon made me cry.
No, those were amazing because they like told a story. They did they had several in a row that they produced, and they would come out like every other week or something. Sun and Moon's release cycle was really crazy. It was
so much fun, man. That still is the peak of.
No, it was really cool because they they released like a series of videos about a kid who was like in the process of moving to Hawaii, and he didn't have any friends, and he was making friends through Pokemon. And it was very cool. It was very, very cool. So for all of you at home, go watch those. I think they still exist on YouTube somewhere. You could probably watch them.
Every day.
I would go do it. Well, what about you now, Sigma? I guess this is the way we're doing it. Because like I'm gonna run out of things soon. But
I actually keep getting more things as people talk. So I'm enjoying this. So we're gonna go a little more risky here.
Okay. Let me know.
I think we're going to see a new TCG mechanic, and that mechanic is going to be Z Megas, and they're going to show off.
Oh man, actually though, that is happening.
Yeah, it's like last year they showed off Megas. I think this time we're going to show off Z Megas and see what they do. Even though there's only 3.
Yeah, which upsets me, by the way.
Which, like, also maybe a free space, but I don't know. Maybe that third one's real.
Oh yeah, you know what? I'm putting that in. That's mine now. I'm taking that. Now that I remember it existed. I think they'll announce Mega Garchomp Z finally.
It's real, guys.
Yeah, I believe Mega Garchomp Z will be announced.
So says your psychiatrist.
Mega Garchomp Z will be announced. It could be I could see that being a mystery gift actually tomorrow, or not tomorrow, but on Friday.
Yeah, it's very possible.
I could see that being a mystery gift. I don't see why
available
you
now.
wouldn't
It's a very easy thing to be just like, yeah, get it now.
go play your game, have fun. It's Pokemon Day, you know. Get Mega Garchomp Z.
I barely see the Pokemon Twitter account like pushing ZA. I only see those tweets from the Nintendo account. I'm so confused.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
It's so baffling what happened with like pushing it after release. They just didn't care.
Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, no, I think that's very wild. Yeah, that's such a good one though. Mega Garchomp Z. We only have 5 left. We only have 5 spaces left. So we're rounding the corner here.
I think we just finished round 3, right?
Yeah. We've got I don't know if we've finished how many we've finished. It's back to Jushiro though. It's back to Jushiro. I've done 4, I think. I did. Well, I said Gen 10
you just stole Garchomp Z because it was
I stole Garchomp Z because it's free. That was a free one. That's happening. Like that has to happen, right?
That's such an easy one to just say. Right. It's like, yeah.
Oh yeah, by the way, Garchomp, by the way, has a Z Mega. And they probably reveal it through the TCG and then like be like, hey, here's the Mega Stone as the set comes out. Or
I imagine it's got I imagine the reason we haven't seen it yet is because it's a collaboration with something. I mean, it's either the TCG is showing it at the same time, or maybe Ash is coming back to the anime with his Gible evolved. Who knows?
It's such a weird. Right. It's such like a weird.
It's such an underwhelming Pokemon too. Like it's not even that good.
I don't know. They hyped up Z Megas so much, and then like nothing happened.
I almost
nothing happened.
The game because where are the Z's?
Nothing happened. There were 2 of them in the game, and it's just like, oh, I thought this was supposed to be fun.
I thought this was a mechanic. I'm sorry. One of them's locked to the post game. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Exactly. Okay, Jushiro. What do you got?
Well, that leads me to a path maybe that is less likely now. Is that maybe we do have 2 little Pokemon C, so maybe we get a DLC 2 for Pokemon C.
DLC 2, but I could see an update.
I can. You know what? I'm gonna allow that. I think there might be something there. I don't feel the same way that I did 2 years ago when we were doing a very similar episode of this. And I said at the end of it, I go, I think it's probably gonna be they could just have announced something Kalos. That could just happen. And then they did. I'm because I'm just like, I could probably announce something Kalos because there's no Xerneas or Yveltal in Scarlet and Violet for some reason. Like I don't like that's weird. There's probably something Kalos. I mean,
there's still no Tapu anywhere, but you know.
Yeah, that too, right? Like I'm just like it's kind of weird, but no, it's just because like those are what is like the cover legendaries. They usually are very intentional with them when they put them in games. I found. Over the last 2 generations. So granted, that's not a lot of data points, and nobody should ever do science or come to conclusions based on 2 data points. But that's kind of what gave me the vibe because they did something very similar in Sword and Shield, which kind of like
Sword and Shield was the fossils though, not the legends.
Yeah, no, but that's kind of that's what it did to me because like it gave me the same vibe. Like Xerneas and Yveltal are here. That's weird. You know,
and they're the only ones. It's like,
they're the only ones that aren't here. Kind of like how Amoris, or not Amoris. Kind of how
they really do. The real answer is they didn't want to figure out how to do Terra Xerneas. But like they don't know how to put a hat on that thing.
Pokemon ZA DLC or update. I'm gonna put. Yeah, I think something could happen there. Outside of the Mega Garchomp Z, we'll say. I think that's very possible because the game feels like it could do more, but I don't know if it will.
I mean, the sad thing is I expect them to just be like battle rewards for the next like 3 seasons, but yeah.
That's kind of what I think is going to happen to Garchomp Z, honestly, because we're almost running out of like the starter stones, right? So,
Well, I mean, it's an event in game. It just needs a mystery gift to turn it on.
Yeah.
And it's just a battle like the other rogue mega battles where it's like Glamora's just chilling there. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah. It's not, those weren't fun. Those weren't as exciting. They weren't the Crabominable ones.
No. The Crabominable one was at least memorable.
Yes. At least memorable. That is a good word for it. All right, Sigma, we're back to you. What else you got? What else? We got 4 spaces. I think these are anybody's spaces, by the way.
I think it's time. I think it's time to be like, we're talking about champions, and I think we're getting a release date, and I'm going to go with mid-March. I'm going to go with mid-March as a release date.
We're going to be very specific. I think champions is has to be spoken about, right?
I feel like it's the main game in this direct or the presents.
No, because that's like obviously Gen 10. I think Gen 10 is very like much
usually
like
when
the main
a little
like
bit
course.
of it, but it's only going to be like 3 minutes, right?
Yeah,
whereas Champions
that's true.
Is imminently releasing. So
I think Champions will probably get a little bit more we'll probably get more. I don't know how much more, but I think it'll get more. I will say, speaking of Gen 10,
Champions is at least 5 minutes.
Yeah, I think Champions is definitely going to be talked about for sure. And especially how it impacts like the Pokemon like meta games and stuff like that. My probably last one, I guess, is this is like not a super bold prediction by Thatch's means, because like usually I have better insight than this. But this time around, I'm just like, oh, they kind of just talked about everything I thought might happen. Like Fire Red Leaf Green coming out, I was like, oh wow, that's what
I know that was a free bingo square too, but they did it already.
That's what I've been wanting for the longest time. You know,
I would have expected them to start with red and blue, but sure, yeah, we'll take the good ones.
I think red and green Fire Red Leaf Green are probably better experiences overall anyway.
They are the best way to experience Kanto.
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah. Okay, so my prediction though, going back to Gen 10, I think we'll see the starters.
Okay.
I think we'll get the starters. They've been doing that more and more lately. The only time I think in recent history that I can think that they didn't do that would have been for Sun and Moon. I think Sun and Moon took a minute to show us the starters. I believe we got all Gen 8 starters at the same time, and we got all the Gen 9 starters as well on Pokemon Day.
Did we get the Eastway starters in the first trailer?
That's a good question. I don't remember.
I don't remember.
For Pokemon Legends Arceus, I don't remember that actually. They might have, because I think I was like, this is really interesting because I up until the release or the announcement of
I mean,
Pokemon,
I remember being in awe over the Arceus trailer when it first showed up.
Yeah. I do remember being when they announced the starters. I don't know.
I don't remember it being very substantive, but it was really cool.
I just remember being told, like seeing what the starters were. I think we were told because the reveal cycle for that was very short. It was like almost immediately after BDSP was announced, you know, or released, that we got like a very short stint. It must have been beforehand because the starters that
I just can't remember if it was like reveal in like August or if it was.
I think it was revealed. I think it was revealed at the announcement. Though I'm sure comments or somebody will let me know that I'm wrong. Because I honestly don't.
I think it is very correct to show the starters. Like,
yeah,
that is the correct thing to do.
I mean, we'll get starters and we'll get some video with like whatever the box art legends are, right? I think that's very.
Actually, that's not guaranteed. I don't think we saw that in.
Oh, I don't think we saw
that in either of the, either Galar or for Paldea.
That's
we did not
question.
see the legends.
That is a good question. Oh, you know what? We didn't. We only saw the logos for the games.
We only got starters.
And starters. Yeah. Oh, man. We didn't get box art. We didn't see the legends. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah, they saved that.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. They did save that. You're right. So that's very interesting. Oh, man. But I think the starters were revealed. Like, it's not a bold take, but it's a take.
No.
All right. Well, what do you got, Jushiro? What's your last one?
Oh, we're going to one more round?
Yeah, I got 2 more slots up here, and they're yours and
Sigma's.
Sigma's.
This is the last one.
Last one.
I thought we were done. So
I'm gonna do a Gen 10 prediction if you want to do one too.
Yeah, we'll skip you. We'll skip you. We'll come back.
Yeah.
I think we'll confirm voice acting for Gen 10.
Ooh. I like that.
It's a bold one,
actually. I think that's bold.
I think that I think they tease it. I think
it's overdue. I think it's overdue.
Yeah.
Like it's not going to be good voice, or it's not going to be like extensive voice acting, but it's at least going to be like Fire Emblem.
I would love to see.
But the cinematics will have voice.
I would love to see the trailer at minimum, like maybe have
just one character talk.
Yes.
At the end, and that's all I expect. But
yes,
it's a bold one, but I think it's time. I think that's been like a big complaint,
I think that would
like the past 3 gens, and I think it's time to finally.
If the game has a character like Lily or something, I think that character should
a Lily character or a professor. Like
and they just say
which
something.
Would you like to pick?
Something literally like that. Literally that. Yeah. Literally, that's probably the perfect way to do it. Like which one would you pick?
What would you like as your first partner Pokemon?
Exactly.
Like that.
Yeah. You know what? I'm all for it. I don't think it's. I think it's bold, but I think it's something that
I think it's bold, but I think it's time.
I think,
and it might be something that we get in like the second announcement, but I think it's time.
I think it's the thing that the way I view the Gen 10 voice acting reveal is the same thing as that I've been saying for like the past 3 years on every prediction episode, where I want like old games to be released on the Switch. And we're finally getting that in the form of Fire Red and Leaf Green. I feel like this is going to be like the next foot stomp that we continue to do.
Yeah, right. Like it has to come.
Like this is the next foot stomp. It's gonna be I think this game's gonna have voice acting, guys. Like they need to do it.
I mean, what they really should do is get the Pokemon Stadium voice announcer back for Champions, but we're not getting that.
That's not happening.
That's not happening, but that's what we should have. Then we'd have official pronunciations too. But no, we don't get those. No one will be surprised anymore.
I would love to have the announcer back. That would be so good. Oh my gosh. If we can get that announcer back. They're not doing that one.
I'm not sending that into the world. I know that's not happening.
That's not happening, really but cool. I want it. I want it though so bad.
It would be so cool. But no, I'm not putting that out there.
I want that so bad. Yeah. All right. Well, Jushiro, do you have anything? Or you have nothing? Okay, I
have one.
Okay. Last one. We're putting it in.
This one's specific for you, Thatch.
No.
We're gonna see the updated Gen 10 Charizard. That be it with a variant or whatever mechanic Gen 10 brings is going to be applicable to Charizard.
Can we change it to Gen 10 will show a Charizard? Like the Gen 10 trailer will include a Charizard.
Hear me out. Let's give a mechanic that makes Charizard red, so it'll be actually red, like it says it's in the cover.
Oh my gosh, Gen 10. I'm gonna say Gen 10 has trailer has Charizard. Yeah, okay, it's fine. I'm not mad. I'm not mad. Like I'm not mad. You're mad. I mean, it's very possible.
I mean, they were at least kind enough in Scarlet and Violet to not show Charizard immediately until it was the first 7-star raid event.
They were. I do think there's a good chance that they show me that Charizard is in this game somehow. Yes. Like whether it's just like you're seeing like Pokemon flying or something because they're really trying to push like graphics or like what the world looks like. I could see a world where like Charizard just like in an environment by itself. Yep. And they're just like, I'm just like, okay, I guess that's in this Dex. That's cool. I'm glad that's confirmed.
Honestly, for the 30th anniversary, I think we should have all the starters all the starters but Incineroar in the game at launch.
That's when we do the bingo card for the release, the launch, right? Like, but okay, cool. So we have a bingo card, guys. I don't think I'm going to read all of these off. For those of you listening at home, you've already listened to us talk about all 16. If you would like to reference this, though, this will be on our Discord. This will be on our social media. You can check out the bingo card that the three of us have just built out for Puckle this week. And then each of us are going to have our own bingo card that's going to come out. And you could see if you agree with certain hosts over others, and of course, this document will also be available to you, whether in the show notes or somewhere else, for you to be able to grab it and edit it yourself and have your own bingo card. And then you can submit those to us before Pokemon Day, and enter into a chance to win a $20 eShop gift card. We'll do like a scoring thing, like 4 corners, fill a row, do a diagonal or something, gives you X number of points. However, if you like put only like very baseline Gen 10 things, I do reserve the right to disqualify you.
We will grade on how bold your predictions are.
We will. If you does not pass a threshold, you are disqualified. Okay. If you're just like Gen 10 trailer shows grass, that doesn't count, guys. That doesn't count. Okay.
The president of the Pokemon company is there.
Yes.
Yeah.
There is a human being in the presents.
There is a Pikachu in the presentation.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, these do not count. Certain T's do not count outside of Gen 10 announcement. But
you get a baseline of how, you can have 1 or 2.
You have 1 or 2.
But if your entire card is that.
Yeah, that doesn't count. All right.
Equivalent picking all legendaries.
Yeah. All right, guys, but that has been our topic. And of course, you can email us next week as well, letting us know what you've predicted for Pokemon Day, because I'd love to read your predictions. Probably, if we don't get emails, we'll probably go through a couple of bingo cards that we've received. And you can go ahead and let us know at puclpodcast@gmail.com. But with that, we're going to kick things on over to our PokeQuiz, where we're going to quiz your co-host on their insane Pokemon knowledge.
Oh hi, and welcome to the PokeQuiz, the part of the show where we quiz our co-hosts on their insane Pokemon knowledge. I'm Mark from the Dunsparce gang, here to explain the rules. Our fabulous co-hosts will work as a team to answer 5 Pokemon-themed trivia questions that fans have submitted on the Discord server. Each question is worth 1 point, with Pokedex and multiple answer questions worth more, for a total of 7 points. The host can use a free hint at any time. If they get all the answers correct and do not use the hint, they can cash it in for an 8th point.
Welcome to Puckle's PokeQuiz, and thank you for that introduction, Mark from the Dunsparce gang. We're going to go ahead and remind you, Professor Oak says it's time to PokeQuiz. Submit your questions over at our Discord at pucklediscord.com. That is the only place we collect them and read them. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and get into these questions. We got 5 of them, as we always do. And our first one is our general trivia question, as always. And this one is from Reptile. I really like this question. I don't know if you'll get it, but I like it. There is one Pokemon that stays in the same place in Gen 1's Pokedex, whether you order it numerically or alphabetically. Which Pokemon is it?
That's a terribly evil question.
I know. I love this one. I love, though. I love this question. There is one Pokemon that keeps its number in the Generation 1 Pokedex, whether you order it numerically or alphabetically. Which Pokemon is it? So, like, if Bulbasaur for some reason started with an A and you reorganized it alphabetically and it was still like the top one, that's the Pokemon, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I've reduced the number from 150 possible options to your what did I just call it? To 150 or 149. I'll tell you, Mew's not the answer either. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, I don't think it's Mewtwo. I don't think there are enough other Z named Pokemon for Zapdos to be down there.
No.
What I wouldn't be surprised at is if it's a Char. It's one of the
Yes,
Chars.
I'm thinking too. Charmander.
I just don't know which Char it is.
You'd have to pick. You have to pick.
How many A's and B's are there? There's Abra and Bulbasaur.
Charizard.
Abra and Bulbasaur. We've gotten that far, guys.
There's at least one other one. I feel like it's a Char. I just don't know which Char it is.
It's Charizard because its I comes before M.
No. No. I guess that's true. The Chars do replace each other too in this scenario.
I mean, you can answer Charizard. I'll allow it.
do you think, Sigma?
Sure.
Charizard?
Like I said, I think it's a Char.
We'll lock in Charizard. Unfortunately, that's incorrect though. The answer is actually Blastoise. The answer is Blastoise.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Why
Number
didn't you
9.
think about this?
Blastoise is the answer. Number 9.
I didn't think there were that many A and B Pokemon.
Apparently there are. Abra, the other ones,
Bulbasaur. yeah, it's hard.
The other ones,
Articuno's in there.
Oh, Articuno, that's a good one. Yeah, I don't know the answer, but
I'll accept it. I believe.
Yeah.
Aerodactyl's one. Yeah.
Oh wow, we've moved. Oh wow, we're doing pretty well here actually. Yeah. Okay. All right, moving on. You guys are 0 for 1. Our next question is a general trivia question again. And this one comes from Chairman Charjabug. Which 2 fairy type moves have the lowest base power of all fairy type moves?
Oh my.
I feel like Fairy Wind is one of them.
Fairy Wind and
I think Draining Kiss has the
Kiss?
same move. I think Draining Kiss has this.
Kiss.
I think Draining Kiss is really low too.
Okay.
I think it's 40. I think it's boosted up to 60 when you Terra.
Okay.
So what's your answer then?
Is that our
Fairy
answer?
Wind and
Fairy Wind
Kiss?
and Training Kiss? All right, that is correct. Well, I'll give you the point. It's actually not Training Kiss. It's Fairy Wind and Disarming Voice at 40. But I'll give it to you. It's close enough.
We got one of them.
Yeah, I'll give it to you. You got one of them. All right, that's 1 for 2. Your next question is your Pokedex entry as always. And this comes from Buck Plank Chest. And the first entry is from Pokemon Black. To protect itself, it afflicts those around it with nightmares. However, it means no harm. To protect itself, it afflicts those around it with nightmares.
So,
However, it means
it's either
no
a
harm.
nightmare or it's either a ghost or mana.
No, it has to be. I think it's Darkrai. Isn't it Darkrai? Because I thought it's not even the nightmare part. Because I thought part of the Pokedex of Darkrai is that even though he's scary, he's not that bad.
It's possible. My thought process here is that I don't think Darkrai had a new Pokedex entry for Black and White, so it would be the same one as like the last gen.
Well, that you have more technical.
Yeah, but we usually don't separate by that. We usually don't separate by that if that's what you're trying to use.
That sounds more of an educated guess than mine.
Okay, so we can go Darkrai if you want and see where we go.
I mean, if you're not
Darkrai?
sure and you
like there's an Atdex in Black and White. It can be anything from gens 1 through 5.
Okay.
Okay.
Lock in Darkrai. We lock in Darkrai. The next entry is going to come from Pokemon Brilliant Diamond. So Pokemon Diamond.
Okay, so we got rid of Muno was not the answer. Gotcha.
It can lull people to sleep and make them dream. It is active during nights of a new moon.
Wow.
Okay. Sorry.
Island.
Sorry.
Good job, Jushiro.
The answer, as you all have figured out, is in fact Darkrai. Darkrai is correct.
And I knew it not because of the nightmare, it's because he means no harm. Because I remember some of the Pokedex entries were like, Darkrai, but evil. Not really.
Yeah.
I mean, that was ZA's DLC too. It's like, he doesn't mean any harm. He just got hit by a giant laser beam.
Yeah.
He's just an Uggo boy.
So Darkrai is correct. You guys got 2 points for that then by getting it on the first try. And that gives you a 3 for 3. Your next answer is your multi-answer question. You can get up to 3 points here. There are 9 answers to this question. So the way this is going to work is for every 3 answers you give me, you give a point. So if you get all 9, you get all 3. With that, you do have 3 strikes. If you do not give me the answers, if you do not lock in your answers or they're incorrect, I will give you a strike. 3 strikes and you're out. And I also reserve the right to give you a strike if I haven't gotten an answer in a good amount of time. With that said, we're going to ask you this question. It's from Delibird's Deli.
Ooh.
There are 9 moves with +4 priority. Can you name them?
Oh, this is all you, Sigma.
Is plus 4 priority the protect bracket is the question, because it sounds like that might be the answer.
You could
that might
try
be where
it.
we're going here.
You could try it.
Let's start with protect.
Protect is correct. Yes, that is one.
So wide guard quick.
Let me pull up my cheat sheet so that Thatch knows the answers.
I know not all the protecting moves are in the same bracket, but
you put what did you say?
Wide guard, quick guard.
No, those two are not in it actually. Wide guard and quick guard are not in that priority bracket. Wide guard and quick guard
We're gonna
are
say
actually
I answered.
they're actually in
optioned-
+3. They're in +3. So
Oh, okay. We're gonna say I said one of them because if one of them wasn't in it, both of them weren't in it.
okay, sure. I'll give you one strike. That's fine. If that's what you're negotiating.
They just go together, right?
Okay, that's fine.
All right. So if it's not protect, or then detect would be
Detect is correct. Detect is one of them.
spiky shield is a
Spiky
protect move.
shield is a third one, so you got 1 point there.
King shield is a protect move.
That is 4. Yep.
Burning bulwark is a protect move.
That is 5. That is correct.
Wow. Oh, sick.
There are a lot of protect moves.
Yeah, I
that's
think
what
I think you said most of them.
Yeah. There were. What else is in bracket or priority 4? I don't know. But
yeah.
I knew that. If one protect move was
Sucker punch? No.
no, that's +1.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
Wasn't there one that it would hit you first before you do a protect or something? Imagining
Feint
things.
would be feint is only a +1 as well.
Okay.
We're at the point where we're thinking of something.
You do have the hint, by the
dumb,
way.
like
You do have the hint.
spotlight and stuff, but yeah,
You
sure.
do have the
Well,
name.
I say we
do have
use
the
the
hint.
hint here.
Yes,
Let's
because
guess.
you're only at 5.
Yeah. Yeah, I say we can use the hint here.
Yeah. Most of the ones you're missing, I think, are actually at least 1, 2, 3. At least 3 of them, I think, might be signature moves. I have to double check. Yes. 3 of them are signature moves that you're missing. 3 of the 5. Yeah, 3 of the 5. Because you've said burning bulwark, detect, protect, spiky shield, and king shield, right?
We got 2. There are
So
2.
that's 5. There's only 4. There's only 4. So 3 of the 4 you're missing are what are signature moves. I think one of them is a protect move. While another one of them is it doesn't do any damage. It doesn't look like man, this is really complicated. It's on.
That's what +4 priority is. Yes,
That's really
it's a
complicated.
mess.
What is that? What does that move? What does this do? If a Pokemon touches it, it loses a speed stat. One of them. Well, I don't even think this Pokemon's in the game. In Gen 9.
That doesn't help.
This Pokemon's not in Gen 9, but the move is in Gen 9, which I guess means it can be like accidentally selected
Called
by
up by-
Metronome. Yeah. The Pokemon with the signature move is not in Gen 9. It is in Gen 8. I'll give you that freebie. And then there's another one. The one of the other
Trap.
Silk Trap is
Isn't it?
correct. That gives you 6. Yeah, that gives you that's Spite Op's signature move.
Yeah, not thinking of that one ever.
And then there's another protect move on a certain Pokemon that everybody hates. And you might
Demonstrator has a protect move. Wow.
You might be poisoned when you touch it.
Baneful Bunker is another
Baneful
protect move,
Bunker, that's 7. So now, and then there's the Pokemon from Gen 8's signature move that you're missing, as well as one other it's not a signature move. It is a move on a bunch of Pokemon that I never understood. Well, people typically use it within.
Is it a cold move like Spotlight?
No, they use it. People typically will use this move for cheesy move sets, like to use Endeavor strats with. The Pokemon that I think of that uses this move, just from gameplay, would be like Swinub and Piloswine.
Helping Hand?
No.
Okay.
We're missing a protect move from Gen.
It's not a protect. That's not a protect move. a signature move. It's not really a
signature move from Gen 8.
Yeah, I will read you the description.
On a Pokemon that isn't in the game in Gen 9.
I will read you this the description of this move, which for some reason is still in the Scarlet and Violet data for whatever reason. This move enables the user to protect itself from all attacks. Oh, maybe it is a protect move. Its chance of failing rises if used in succession. Direct contact harshly lowers the attacker's defense stat.
Oh, what is that? That sounds familiar. And that's a signature move, right?
That is a signature move, yeah.
Double doesn't have any signature moves.
No. It is a Pokemon exclusive to Sword and Shield, though, I'll say right now.
Yeah.
It's also an evolution move. This Pokemon gains it upon evolution.
Wow.
Yeah.
The issue is like you just don't learn those
half its name is in the move. Like
what is this thing?
It's the DLC Pokemon from the one with the mask. No.
This is from Sword and Shield.
No,
I said it was in Sword and Shield.
It's Galar, Sword and Shield.
Sorry.
It's a Sword and Shield Pokemon that's not.
I don't want to give you any more free hints.
I mean, it's probably fine because I don't think we're getting both of them anyway.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if you want to throw in the towel, we'll do it.
We got 1 point from the hint.
You got 2. Yeah, you got 2 points here. The 2 moves you're missing were Endure. Endure.
Oh. Okay.
And obstruct.
Oh, Obstagoon's move. Yeah.
Obstagoon move. Yeah. So that gives you guys 2 points. So you got 7 of them. We'll give you that. So that's 5 for 4, which is actually pretty good. So
that's about average for this season. Like if we miss this next one too.
Yeah. So Baneful Bunker, Burning Bulwark, Detect, Endure, King Shield, Obstruct, Protect, Spiky Shield, and Silk Trap for all of you at home who want to run your own trivia games. All right, with that, your next question is your base stat question as always. And this is from Toxa Pepsi Man. That's a deep cut for Puckle. What Pokemon with the Swift Swim ability has the highest base special attack?
Ooh.
What Pokemon with the Swift Swim ability has the highest base special attack? The answer might surprise you.
It probably will. I don't think we're getting this.
Wow.
There are a lot of Pokemon with Swift Swim, and
well, throw a guess out there, and we'll see what we get. We'll see what we get.
Let's think about if it's the highest. Let's think about legendaries. Wait, does this count Mega Evolutions?
Yep, it does count Mega Evolutions.
Okay.
I think there's only like 1 or 2 Megas with Swift Swim though.
Yeah.
I don't think Swampert has the highest special attack. Just throwing that out there.
No.
Mega Swampert specifically, but I don't think it's that.
No, me either.
And I'm not sure there's another one. There might be another one with Swift Swim, but it probably isn't that either.
Okay.
It's not Barraskewda.
What about Mega Shark?
Also a physical attacker, mainly.
Oh, yeah.
Also speed booster, not
Swift Swimmer.
Swift Swimmer.
Yeah.
It's not Poliwrath.
Poliwrath.
I feel like Goldeen might have Swift Swim, but that ain't the answer.
No.
I am gonna need an answer here, guys.
Any legendaries that we can think of with Swift Swim?
It's not really a legendary ability. Most legends get their own signature ability.
So what do you want to say?
I don't know. I know it's not Ludicolo, but we could say Ludicolo. Who cares?
Ludicolo? Ludicolo is unfortunately incorrect. I don't think it even breaks the top 5.
I wouldn't be surprised. It's a very mid Pokemon.
The answer is Omastar.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. It has like 130.
Base 125. Base 125. Followed up by Gorobis at 114. I didn't edit the document. But then we've got Basculegion Female at 100, and Mega Swampert, Golduck, and Kingdra are all tied, I believe, at around 90.
I feel like this is
95, maybe. I think
it might be 95. I didn't write down the number.
Stats are 95 or something like that, except for speed, which is
the answer is 95. You're correct. Yeah, they're all tied at 95. So
I feel this is the second week where Omastar has been the subject of a answer that I cannot remember.
Omastar is a weird Pokemon to put there.
Why is it swimming swiftly?
Why is it swimming so fast?
It's like got 30 speed. What's it doing with that swift swim ability?
What are you doing over here, Omastar?
It's not like Colossal where it just maxes its speed instantly, where it's like, oh, you can actually use that speed stat. No,
yeah, I
this
know. Yeah, it's interesting. That's for sure. So you guys got 5 points today. That's not too bad. I'll take 5.
That is acceptable.
We take that here. That changes up the leaderboard. For those of you at home, the top 4 in this trivia challenge get to go to our Tournament of Champions of the Year, where they get to fight over a $25 gift card to Spaghetti Warehouse.
It's what lets us get our leaf greens and fire.
Yeah. But all right, I'm going to show the scores here. In first place, we have Linian with 24 points. In second place, we've got Cloud9 with 21 points. In third place, Jushiro with 20.
Woo.
In fourth place, we've got Seth Vila with 18. In fifth, we've got R Sigma with 15 points. In sixth place, we've got a tie between Shark Finnegan and Whimsicott with 14. In eighth, we've got Sublime Manic with 7. And in ninth, Mark with 5. With that, it's still anybody's game. Because there's going to be a comeback at some point. Like we got to reinstitute a comeback mechanic.
That's what happens at the half year.
The half year mark. Yeah, the half year mark. So sometime in May. We'll do it.
May, June, something like that.
Something like
It's
that.
coming.
But yeah, it's coming. All right. But with that, guys, that has been our PokeQuiz. Tune in next week for more. Until then, we're going to kick it on over to Puckle's Poke Opinion. And welcome to Puckle's Poke Opinion. Poke Opinion is the segment where you can typically let us know something you want us to talk about, whether it be silly or extra or something you're interested in on our Discord server at pucklediscord.com. Though this week, I don't think we took it from Discord. I think we just took the liberty to talk about Fire Red Leaf Green itself.
I feel like somebody asked the question like that.
Yeah,
but
somebody
it
asked
was going to be this. It was just going to be this.
Yeah, it was just going to end up being this topic anyway. So like essentially, welcome to Puckle topic part 2. Electric Boogaloo. Also, just for awareness, this is going to be the end of the show this week. We're going to punt the mailbag to next week. We have a ton of top 5, bottom 5 emails that I would love to get to for on the live show next week. So definitely check it out there, because I know a lot of you are just going to submit bingo cards anyway to us, and we'll also do bingo cards next week as well. So we'll do both. It'll be a good time. But yeah, with that, guys, we're going to go ahead and get into this topic. The question mostly being, the opinion being, what does releasing Fire Red and Leaf Green on the Nintendo Switch actually mean for the future of Pokemon and Pokemon games we could be receiving in general? Right? I think there are a lot of things to mention here. There's just so much to get to here. So
this could have been a topic. Like this could have been a topic.
Yeah, I don't think we'll go. I'm going to try not to go like full topic length, but
but there is a lot. There's a lot of implications.
There's a lot of implications here. I think that this at least shows a willingness to kind of revisit the virtual console model that we had back on the 3DS. And I'm a little upset it took 8 years to get here, but that's okay. We're here. That's all that matters.
They did sell us the Fire Emblem 1.
Yes, they did. They did. I'm glad we're here. I'm glad we're at the point where we feel comfortable doing this. I do hope that it does mean, I'm hoping at least the rest of the Generation 3 titles come with it, at least Ruby and Sapphire. I guess, I don't know. Well, I'm trying to think if there's anything in Emerald you need. No, you do need Emerald. I'm trying to think in terms of if you were to try to complete a Gen 3 national dex.
The main things, I believe, are Jirachi and Celebi that you miss.
You do miss Jirachi and Celebi.
Which you could do as like dex completion rewards, technically.
Yeah.
Right. Or like Pokemon P.
I think you could do... I think you could also, you could do something like that. But I was just trying to think if you would need required Emerald for that, and I believe you do, actually.
I believe Emerald has a couple Pokemon that you need for dex completion. Yeah. It has the... Doesn't it have the Johto starters, I think? It
has the Johto starters. That's the big one I could think of right immediately.
Which also means you have to play through it 3 times, but...
Yes, because you have to actually complete the Hoenn dex. in Pokemon, because Gen 3, for those of you who are so unaware, was a horrible time. Gen 3 wanted you to like was very much against game rentals. Like, it was Nintendo trying to combat game rentals at the time, because
Nintendo since 1990.
I mean, most stores around me never had like portable rentals to begin with.
I never had like a Blockbuster that would rent me a Game Boy game.
Baffling thing. But
yeah, they would never rent me a Game Boy game or anything, because that's the same reason why if you play Pokemon Coliseum and Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness, which I forgot and we should have talked about on the bingo card.
I don't think they're coming out because we're getting Fire Red Leaf Green.
I think they'll mention it, or at least like.
I don't even think they will do that, because I remember a few years ago they had announced Pokemon Stadium and Stadium 2, and I'm like, that's definitely coming out on Pokemon Day. And sure enough, we didn't get a word about it until April, where they just threw out Pokemon Stadium.
You know what? You're probably not entirely wrong. But
that's what they did. That's what they did with Stadium. I don't expect it here.
Yeah. So Pokemon Emerald. Yeah, it at least requires, I'm trying to find it, because it did a lot of things in terms of like exclusive Pokemon. I know
Smeargle was there.
I think you can catch Smeargle in I'm trying to,
Banded Safari Zone had some extra guys that you
Pokemon Emerald exclusive Pokemon exclusives. Yeah, that's what I want. In Pokemon Emerald, we're trying to find it. Okay, in Emerald, they don't really have a lot that are exclusive to just Emerald in terms of the Gen 3 Pokemon. National Pokedex, here we go. In Emerald.
No, it's the Gen 2 Pokemon that matter.
Yeah, I think most of them were the ones that you would have been able to catch in. I don't think you can catch them in. Yeah, okay. I'm going to go through it. Here we go. You can catch Miltank, Smeargle, Stantler, Houndour, Houndoom, Octillery, Remoraid, Ursaring, Teddy Ursa, Shuckle, Granbull, Snubbull, Gligar, Pineco Fortress, Quagsire and Wooper, I believe, are in Fire Red Leaf Green. Suncurrents and Flora. Apom, I also believe, is in there. Sudowoodo, Mareep, Flaffy, Ampharos, Spinarak, Ariados, Ladybug, Ladian, Hoot Hoot, Noctowl. Those are the Pokemon.
Some of those are in.
I think some of them are in. Fire Red Leaf Green has so is Stantler and Houndour, Houndoom, and Gligar. Yeah. There's a lot in Fire Red Leaf Green that are present. It's just
but like the starters are the big ones.
Yeah, it's literally the Gen 2 starters are available to catch in Emerald, and those are the only way you can get it, unless you played Pokemon Coliseum or XD Gale of Darkness.
Yeah.
What was wild at the time, I remember this. I remember this being this was a huge problem for me. This was like the original Dexit. When I was a kid. It was the original Dexit, because like they came out Ruby and Sapphire. You couldn't trade with red, blue, yellow, crystal, gold, silver. And I remember like trying to be like, oh man, how do I get these Pokemon? And I remember when Pokemon Coliseum came out, like you start with an Umbreon and an Espeon, and you know what? This is a fun fact. Those Pokemon are locked to being male when you play the game. And that is because up until that point, Ditto was not in Generation 3.
Oh yeah, Ditto's in Emerald too. Granted, you can get that in.
You can get that in Fire Red Leaf Green. Yeah, but it was there was no Ditto in Generation 3. And you're only trading with Ruby and Sapphire at that point. You're not trading with anything else from Pokemon Coliseum. So they kind of like locked you out of the other EV evolutions by like locking this Pokemon into that. I let me double check myself, because I'm sure if I get it wrong, somebody's gonna let me know. But I'm pretty sure in Pokemon Coliseum, it's locked that the Eevee and or the Umbreon and the Espeon are both, they're both locked to being male. Yeah.
So you just couldn't get Eevee still.
You couldn't get Eevee still. Like you were locked out of Eevee, which was wild. And then XD Gale of Darkness like fixes this, but it happens after Fire Red Leaf Green already came out. So
yeah,
it doesn't matter. Because this was like it was a weird time to be a Pokemon fan in Gen 3. What a weird time, because they were kind of like seppukuing themselves a little bit on this as well. They were making it very difficult to get certain Pokemon. I am kind of bummed now, especially if there's like no connectivity whatsoever with the NSO titles. With those, because like with Fire Red and Leaf Green coming out, I can see a world where maybe they go, oh, if there's a save file for Fire Red Leaf Green on your console, you can trade the Pokemon from Pokemon Gale of Darkness to your Fire Red Leaf Green copy or something like that.
Yeah, I just don't expect that because
I don't
they don't
expect
have
it
the
either.
fail safe to stop you
Yeah.
from rewinding and
Yeah, I
setting
don't
saves
expect it
and,
either.
Like,
I don't expect it either because that is just Pokemon cloning at that point. And yeah, we'll see. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I with the release of Fire Red Leaf Green, like my thought on home compatibility coming out for Pokemon Coliseum and Pokemon XD has gone down very much. Has gone down so
Yeah.
much.
It's like, okay, those aren't happening. Yeah.
I'm like, man, there's no home compatibility. It's not happening. It's not happening. It's bad. It's bad. They did announce them like a year ago too, which is kind of wild. It's been so long since they've announced those games were coming.
Yeah,
they're still
they
not there.
announced them in their first direct in April.
In March, I think it was March or April. Yeah, it's
I thought
almost
it was
been a
like
year.
the first week of April.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah, it's been very long since they announced it.
My rule is I usually give them like a year to put those out before I start complaining, and I'll give them the year starting at June when this console released. So,
yeah, I mean, Path of Radiance came out, so I don't know. Okay, it's fine.
that came out
done
finally.
complaining. I'm done complaining. It's fine. It's fine. Now, I do think it's going to be a weird experience though with Fire Red Leaf Green if they leave them by themselves for too long. Because there is such like an emphasis on the Sevi Islands in those games. And also it's going to be what's super weird to me. That if you play through Fire Red Leaf Green, and I don't know how many people have at this point because those games are so old. What happens? Like what does that mean, right? Like what does that mean when you go through the Sevi Island arc, where part of the Sevi Island arc is to just give you compatibility to trade with Gen 3, with like Ruby and Sapphire, like that's part of the arc.
The Sevi Island. Oh yeah, collecting the Ruby and the Sapphire.
The Ruby and the Sapphire, so that you can trade with Ruby and Sapphire. That is like part of the story. I don't know. I think it at least means that there's a very good chance that Ruby and Sapphire come out at some point. And I think at the price point they launched them at, it's probably going to happen. I don't know. I think these are kind of testing the waters to see how much interest there is in purchasing these types of things.
Yeah.
And I think they're already number one on the eShop, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm unsurprised.
Obviously.
I'm unsurprised by this. I think doing this is a very good thing and they should keep doing it. I'm kind of hoping this means that they will keep doing it. Because my opinion for the longest time has been that I believe that they should make pretty much every Pokemon game available on the Switch somehow.
Yes.
At least each generation.
Yeah. I believe every generation should be.
Complications arise once we go past Game Boy Advance.
Yeah. No. Well, I think with the DS. So my opinion on the DS, and this is a little drastic. I'll admit, but my opinion for the DS games, a lot of people are just like, oh, just port them, and that doesn't quite work. From
the
dual
UI
screen.
looks terrible. I'm sorry, no. And the touchscreen is like not the same.
No, it's not.
Have this like it's not the same type of touchscreen you need to play those like mini games in the Pokeathlon or whatever.
If I were the Pokemon company, and maybe if I were Boulder on our bingo chart today, I would say that maybe there was an Ilka game coming out with Heart Gold Soul Silver done in the style of BDSP. Like that would like
hard for that.
Long term, what I think should happen. And if you did that, you would have, Gens 1 and 2 covered on the Nintendo Switch, in some form. And I think it would be like a really good complement to BDSP also being on the Switch, but that's me, having Heart Gold Soul Silver there. I think you could, I think that would be really, really interesting to see. And that's a good way to do it. And I think that you do the same thing with Black and White and Black and White 2, because I don't think you can do a remake. I think
the biggest issue with Black and White. So Black and White and Black and White 2 don't use like the touchscreen in an immense way.
Yeah, so you're probably okay. You're probably okay.
The main issue is Dream Link.
That's not as important.
It's just missing.
I genuinely believe you just like remake them in the style again of BDSP, and
you
you
have
just
to
rip that
remake
out.
those.
You rip
That's why
it. You rip it out.
Like port it.
I don't think any of the games need to be ported. I guess you could probably get away with porting Gen 6 and Gen 7. They don't have like a ton of touchscreen options or things that they need.
Isn't their entire menu on the touchscreen though?
It is, but you can just change that to an X menu on the screen.
Right.
Pokemon Amiibo mini games that use touchscreens, which aren't
it's not important. Not needed.
Important,
not needed. It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
I just have issues of like direct ports of anything above GBA.
I mean, maybe those rumors of Pokemon Stars were real. And like Sun and Moon already exist, like or Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon already exist. To be fair, we only need the Ultra versions. You don't have to give us the other versions, even though they have the better story.
No, that's one of the ones. That was the point in the series where I'm like, I give me DLC, please.
Yeah, no, because those games were DLC. They were just the same games with DLC. Like they were.
It was really bad.
They were just.
I don't even think DLC. It was better than the original. That was the worst part.
The story of Sun and Moon was better than that of Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. I absolutely agree.
It was very sad. Top times.
It was so much better. But yeah, I think it's I don't know. My opinion is it still stands, and honestly, I'll keep foot pounding this. The only reason I put it on the bingo chart today is because they already gave us Fire Red and Leaf Green. But I will foot pound after this that they need to announce, Ruby and Sapphire. Like this needs to happen. Like in the short term.
Those are the only ones I need announced.
I think right now, yes.
Gen 1 and 2, I don't think they'll sell us. I think those will go to NSO. I don't think they want to deal with DVs on Pokemon Home, for one thing.
I don't know. They found out a really easy calculation for that though. When they did.
Wasn't it just random though? Like the stats were determined randomly. Same
that's
with
fine.
Who
cares?
Nature. But that's when you enter a different game.
The nature wasn't random. The nature wasn't random. It was based on the this DVs? Is so wild. No, it wasn't even based on the DVs. It was based on the last like 2 digits in the experience total.
I think I regularly remember that.
Yeah, because that
because I remember hunting for exact Pokemon natures with IVs or something weird like that.
You literally only have to it's literally only because of like a certain the experience they have like up to the next level or how much total experience they have. It's something like that. That's why
my expectation when they say home support, I expect it to be like Let's Go, where you can move it back and forth as long as it doesn't touch anything else.
I hope that's the case with Fire Red Leaf Green. That would be cool.
That's my expectation, and I don't think that works for the earlier games.
Yeah, I mean that's fine if that's the case. I don't know if that'll be what happens with Fire Red Leaf Green. I wouldn't mind those
just being on NSO just so people can play them, but I also don't see them charging money for Red, Blue, and Yellow after you already buy Fire Red Leaf Green, the better version.
I believe. I mean, they also actually announced, this is in the press release, I think, actually, for Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green, because there was a question of like, why Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green, right? And I kind of feel the same way. Why are you re-releasing those over over just like the originals, right? To celebrate Pokemon Day. And I have to find the article. It was on Pokemon.com though. And they said that the reason they did it was because they wanted to have like the better play experience.
It is. Like think of all the missing
that.
that you would find in Gen 1.
Yeah. So here we go.
Gen 1 breaks on accident. Like you actually have to work to break Fire Red Leaf Green.
Yeah. Fire Red and Leaf Green were originally released for the Game Boy Advance in 2004. Players will be able to revisit the classic story of Pokemon Red and Blue with the updated graphics you know and love, complete with the excitement of the Sevi Islands. Players can also look forward to trading Pokemon, battling each other, and using local communication. Blah blah blah.
Blah blah blah.
I also think Game Boy Advance games just look pretty, so this is fine.
I do too. I think they are. I think they look very good. That's why I don't mind the $20 price tag. It's like, the GBA games are pretty good quality.
Yeah, actually, I'm not mad about this.
Kind of ugly. Didn't age the best. There's nostalgia there, but they aren't good.
Yeah, and there was obviously a little bit of work done to make sure that they're home compatible. Like being directly home compatible is pretty big, in my opinion. And I'm
a little concerned that they may have taken away the coin case. and that's probably fine.
I am curious if the game quarters in there. I am curious.
I mean, it has to be there because like you have to go through it to get, but I don't know what to do with like Porygon.
Yeah,
Hi, Porygon.
I'm curious. I'm curious what they did with the game quarter.
Because I heard the age rating over in Europe is actually pretty low for what it should be if you have gambling. So
yeah.
Maybe they went in and modded it so you can just buy Porygon with money. I don't know.
Context, for those of you asking why we're wondering, driving in your car right now, because in Europe, video games aren't allowed to show gambling because I'm not going to say it.
It has a long time ago. That's why we have Voltorb Flip.
Yeah, that's why Voltorb Flip went into Heart Gold Soul Silver, and
I think Japan still had Game Corner though, didn't they?
Yeah, I'm wondering. So I wonder, and this is a weird wonder, if they somehow could like still pass it off from like the original rating in Europe because it's the same game or something.
That's what I was. Well, I think
I wonder if they
Red
did that.
And Blue were higher rating. They were like 12.
Interesting.
And these are like 3. So
interesting.
I don't think the game quarter survived.
Interesting. Because for the reference, like the way they announce it, by the way, is they put like the release date for the game on September 9th, 2004 on the Pokemon website. So I wonder, I don't know if they're like riding on the coattails of like, we already did this. Like we already released
That's why I was wondering at first I was wondering if the reason we didn't have online is because if they touched the game too much, they actually had to remove Game Corner completely.
That could be it too. That could be it.
That was my curiosity when I heard that like they didn't do online. It's like, could they only touch it so much before they had to actually censor Game Corner?
Yeah, I'm not super surprised by the lack of online functionality either, by the way. Like, this is something that already happened with the virtual console releases. I know everybody's like, oh, but this is the Switch, not the 3DS. Well, the 3DS could also touch the internet. I don't know what to tell you guys.
Yeah, but they never did it with anything. Like we could play Versus and Fire Emblem if we wanted to.
Yeah. But I just don't know. I'm not like very upset about not being able to trade over the internet.
It's mostly just because trade evolutions exist, right? Like it's
trade evolutions exist. My caveat is that it's kind of like, I don't know, it's the OG Pokemon experience again. Right, where you have to have friends. You have to have friends that aren't on the internet
nearby.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thankfully, I have my wife, so like we've got that going for us.
You know, the funniest thing is if we only get Emerald and not Ruby and Sapphire, because Emerald has better compatibility with the wireless adapter for the GBA.
I don't think that'll happen.
I don't think that matters. I don't think that matters at all, but. I do expect Gen 3 probably this year, right? Or within the year.
I don't know if it'll be this year, unless they announce it at Pokemon Day this week. I
could see them just releasing Ruby and Sapphire right before Worlds too.
I could see
that's when they come back and do a big drop like that. That's when I would expect to see them if we're going to see them this year.
I could see a world where they talk to us about Ruby and Sapphire this week and say, hey, they're on the way. Maybe give us a release date even.
They'll be here later this year or something.
Instead of like a shadow drop with Fire Red and Leaf Green, which this is a pseudo shadow drop because they gave us a week's heads up. And I think they're kind of doing it so they don't like crash their store or something accidentally.
I don't think, like, I think they don't want this to be the topic of conversation to come out of Pokemon.
Yes.
Day.
Yeah, I agree.
Is what it is.
I think they want this to be a celebration.
Us to talk about, and it's not this.
Yes, that is a very good indicator, actually.
It's like, we want you to know about this. We don't want you to be surprised by it. Like, this is not the big news we are trying to get you to talk about.
Yeah, I don't know. I just overall think it's a very good sign. And this is a direction that I've been wanting the Pokemon Company to move into.
And Nintendo, I just want ownership of like games again.
Yeah.
Oh no, semi-ownership. It's
my only bummer about it is there is not like a physical release or something. I would buy a physical
got that
release.
Like weird one that's almost visible,
yeah.
but not quite.
I would buy like even just like a fake box. Like
yeah, Japan's got the fake boxes with like the little crystal Pokeballs for like $200.
Yeah.
Or actually it's $130 because the
yen is weak.
Yeah, yen is real weak right now. Weaker than I expected.
Yeah. I am kind of bummed that they didn't give us anything in addition to that, like they did back when the red, blue, yellow came out.
Gotta get those
But yeah.
console themes.
I know. I just want it.
Red and blue console themes coming Friday. That's what it is.
They come with the boxes too. Oh my gosh. Just let me buy this. Just let me buy this. This is so cool. I wish they would. I don't even need the Pokeballs with the Pokemon in it. I just need the boxes. I just want the box. Let me buy a box. But all right. I don't know. I don't have any other thoughts. I think this was like my rant.
Yeah, no, like I saw on Sarah B last night. He was like, "Oh, they could do a release every month," and I'm like, "No, absolutely not.
That won't
I don't
happen.
believe that is second. One, that's way too many releases. They would never."
Well, I think at the $20 price point they can't. It's just not sustainable. If I were the Pokemon company, I think if it was at the $10 price point, I could see a world where they released one game a month, just kind of like the Year of Mythicals, but with games, with retro games, because they have that capability now. Like they could do it. And I think you could get, Ruby and Sapphire. I think Emerald. This is two more right off the gate you can do. I think you could do, red, blue, yellow, and then gold, silver, crystal.
Yeah, in some way you can do those. I don't think you do all of them in 1 year.
No, they won't. I mean, I think if we look at the virtual console release schedule, I think it's not great. Oh my gosh, reading that tweet is awful. Don't show that to me, Sigma. Sigma sent Jushiro and I the tweet.
It's not even a tweet. It's a Discord message.
It's a Discord message from Sarah B.
He wouldn't put that on Twitter. They'd
shred him. They'd shred him. Yeah, February. Imagine February, fire, red, leaf, green. March, red, green, blue. April, yellow. May, gold, silver. June, ruby, sapphire. July, emerald. I don't think they would do red, green, blue because they just said they were doing fire, red, leaf, green because it's just better graphics. But whatever. And then like that already immediately falls apart for me. But I digress.
And that's the DS games. I'm like, no.
August Diamond Pearl, September Platinum, October Heart Gold. So okay, this is the man's lost in the sauce.
This is wish casting to extreme.
Yeah. That's my dream. Okay, well you can go tell them, buddy. Okay. Yeah, yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm done, or I'm gonna go crazy. But like, because I think like the virtual console releases from like the 3DS are not like they were spaced out pretty wide actually. Pokemon.
I almost feel like there was a year between red and blue and gold and silver.
It looks like you are correct. So
and then Crystal was a little after that, but
yeah, Crystal came out a few months after Gold and Silver because I remember it was Pokemon Red, Blue, Yellow, / Green, all came out on Pokemon Day in 2016.
10 years ago.
That was and then Pokemon Gold and Silver came out in 2017, but I believe that was in the fall of 2017, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it says September.
Yeah, so that was a year and a half. Wait. And then Crystal, I think came out a few months later. I think Crystal came out a few months after that. Well, part of me is thinking at the $20 price point, that is. At the $20 price point, making sure we don't have fatigue in the market, right? Making sure
that's
that
why
you
I said
don't,
I only
you couldn't release them you couldn't release them every month. That like people don't have the $20 a month to spend on this.
I mean, the people who would be buying it $20 a month would be buying it $40 a month because they'd be buying both versions. I don't touch both versions anymore. I did that for a few releases, and I'm like, okay, I'm done. I don't need both versions. It's not. Yeah,
necessary. It came out January 26, 2018 in the 3DS.
So yeah, like 5 months later.
It was like 4
and they
months
had to
later.
really sell you on it by being like, you can get Celebi.
That was how they did it. That was how they did it. Yes, actually though, that is actually how they did it. Yeah, it went from September to January. That is what they did. Yeah. Yeah, it was a wild time. I don't know. I'm happy we're back to this kind of opera mode. Like, I'm hoping that this is.
I'm happy it's not Wishcat. I'm happy it's not just wishing for it anymore. We're actually getting it. Like
my optimistic view, and I would love for you to be correct, Sigma. But I'm gonna rain on your parade. I could see a world where they use this to celebrate Pokemon days in the future. Where like, here's this game.
Like every Pokemon day going forward, maybe.
Yeah, I could see a world where they do that. There's no way to make me think that that's what would happen, but I also don't want to wait a year and a half for Radiant Sapphire.
I think society is too much. I don't want to say greedy, but immediate. They want immediacy to their stuff. So having us wait that long to finish Gen 3 seems unlikely with how culture is these days, thanks to Cup.
Yeah. I agree with you. I think that I'm hoping it would be by Pokemon Day we'd see Ruby and Sapphire. I'm not hopeful, but I'm hoping that by like Pokemon 31, right, we hit that.
Yeah. I mean, personally, I'd like all three versions at the same time because I don't.
Yeah.
Like Emerald replaces them, but also doesn't at the same time because they're different enough. Where I would probably consider getting both Sapphire and Emerald, but
sounds good. All right, let's. I think that's a good place to stop. I'm gonna go ahead and call it the show. You can go ahead and email us next week. Send us your bingo cards. We'll have those available so you can fill them out at puclpodcast@gmail.com. Of course, we'll have more information on the Discord, how you can sign up for that competition. And spend time with us on Pokemon Day. We're going to read the rest of the emails next week on the show, on the live show.
All the emails.
All the emails. And you can, of course, follow us over on social media at Puckle Discord, at our Discord. Or you can also go and follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Blue Sky. You can follow us over at Twitch, at twitch.tv, so you can catch that live stream. Or at YouTube, at youtube.com/PucklePodcast, where you can catch us over there as well. We'll be on both platforms at the same time. Additionally, you can follow us over on Patreon to help support the show at patreon.com/PucklePodcast. Your support is appreciated. You can get this show ad-free as well as some other extra goodies. With that, though, guys, I have been Trainer Thatch.
Some say I've been Jushiro.
I've been our Sigma.
And here in the Lavender Town Radio Tower, it's closing time.
Closing time.